It's day 23 of our 35-day Alaskan cruise journey, and it's a sea day today. We are just now at the beginning of our 4th week of our 5-week back-to-back cruise on the Carnival Luminosa. And 2 weeks ago when we had our first sea day, it was pretty chilly and windy, and it was so foggy you really couldn't see out into the ocean. Well, today we've got a little chilliness. It's 61 and foggy, but it's not that foggy. You can at least see the ocean, and it's windy, and I think you can, and that's why I'm not outside right now, because it's super loud, but you can see how choppy the ocean is, and it's bothered me a little bit today, but my motion sickness has been doing okay. But I've been trying to find things that I could do inside today as much as possible because it is a little chilly outside. I've been fighting against the wind when I'm walking around outside. I did go and stand out on the deck a couple of times and just kind of enjoy the air. It is still nice because you're at sea, but it is a little chilly, and like I said, at least it wasn't like it was 2 weeks ago where you couldn't see the ocean at all. So at least we can see the ocean, and it's not so foggy that we can't see anything past the cruise ship.
What are you doing?
I am filling out all of these Cruising Ducks tags. I brought a bunch of ducks for my 5-week back-to-back cruise, and I had every intention of hiding them throughout the trip. Did really well week 1. Week 2, week 3, didn't do it at all. I'm on week 4 now, so I'm just going all out and hiding as many as I can today. I just finished 20 tags. I think I'm going to do 20 more. I think this is also why I was not very good at hiding that elf when my kids were growing up. So if you're on the Carnival Luminosa, you're about to find a bunch of duckies everywhere this week, because that's what I'm working on today. I'm hiding all these duckies everywhere today. This ended up becoming a team effort. All right, so we got them tagged, most of them anyway. Some of them we're going to wait until probably next week on our 5th week. So we got most of them tagged. Here we go. We're going to go hide them around the ship now. So you can't hide them anywhere like in a gift shop or in any food places. So passing by gift shops and food places, it's kind of hard to make sure that I'm hiding it where people aren't seeing me, because you know, what's the fun of that where you hide it and then they see you? So I'm trying to be sneaky and I have them all in my pocket, so I feel like I'm smuggling ducks around the boat. Just looking for little pieces here and there. I found someone's ducky. James, Melissa, and Michelle from Wiggins, Mississippi. They don't have a hashtag on here, so we're gonna re-hide it so someone else can smile. So I did this afternoon go to Tea Time, and I looked at my Carnival Hub app and saw that it was on there, and this is week number 4, and I haven't been to Tea Time since I've been on the ship, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and try it today. I got there a little late because it's about an hour long. So I got there towards the end, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I didn't know, what kind of foods they served, or, if it was something I was going to enjoy at all. Let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. The teas, they give you an assortment of teas. I like hot tea anyway, but they do give you an assortment of teas that you can choose from. And oh my goodness, the foods, they had so many different cakes, chocolate cake, lemon cake, little fruit tarts. They gave me a little salmon on bruschetta. It was so good. And they were just bringing so many different foods out that at one point I had to tell them to stop. I was getting full. And it was, I think it was 4:30 when I left, or 4 o'clock, but that's one reason why I ate dinner a little later, because I was getting so full off all the sweets and the little tarts that they were giving. But it was really good. I enjoyed that experience. May go back and do Tea Time again. I went by myself this time. My husband didn't get a chance to go with me. But I did get a chance to sit with two wonderful people today. Shout out to Stacy and Bruce. I really enjoyed getting a chance to meet them and talk to them today. So tea time was a lot of fun. So if you get a chance to do tea time on your Carnival cruise, definitely go and try it out. So I'm back in the cabin, and it's actually been a pretty long day. We did actually find several things to do around the boat today that was indoors, and one of my favorite things was going around and hiding the ducks today. I really enjoyed that. It was elegant night, so trying to be sneaky and hide them while people didn't see me hiding them at the time wasn't always easy because there was so many people out everywhere. But I did get a chance to hide them, and I hit all my ducks tonight. So there are 20 ducks all around everywhere. So have already kind of walked around to see, and some of them have already been picked up. So I hope everybody that finds them brings a smile to their face. If you're not familiar with cruising ducks, it's a fun little story. A 10-year-old started this I think it was in 2018. And just to put a smile on others' faces by hiding little ducks around the boat. And it was something that just picked up from there. Crew members know about it, and they are usually pretty good about leaving the ducks there because they know it's just kind of a game that others passengers play. You can go onto your Facebook of your ship, and they'll talk about it on there, or other people will mention it or show where they found ducks or something like that. So it's just a fun little game that just actually brings smiles to people's faces. And I really do love where I'm standing over in a corner and I see somebody find one of my ducks, and they're just all excited about it, and they're like, look, I found a duck. I saw that a couple of times today. So it's just so much fun to watch, and I just enjoy putting smiles on other people's faces, and it's just a fun thing to do. But other than that, I do want to mention that I had chopsticks for lunch today. The buffet is really good, but I enjoy going to Chopsticks. Chopsticks is a Chinese place, and I was really excited that they had wontons today, because sometimes they don't always have wontons. They'll have spring rolls instead, but I like their wontons, so I was excited about that. Lunch was good today. Dinner wasn't really much. Like I said, it's elegant night. We didn't dress up, so I didn't get a shot of it or anything. I just had a chili dog. But I really actually, from the Carnival Deli, I actually like the Carnival Deli. It's pretty good. I've been on one of the Carnival ships before, and the Carnival Deli wasn't that great. The sandwiches were pretty thin, weren't very good. But here on Luminosa, the Carnival Deli is actually pretty good. I've really enjoyed a lot of their sandwiches at the deli. So for the rest of the day, like I said, we walked around, we hid ducks. We really just kind of walked around to see what we could find to do. We went to 2 different Punchliner comedy events. We went to the PG one and earlier in the evening, and then later in the evening we went to the rated R one. Both comedians were hilarious. They were great. Now, I did notice that because we went to the 7 o'clock show, and the comedy director was telling us the 8 o'clock show is the exact same as the 7 o'clock show, so you don't need to come back. And then when we came back to the next showing, I think it was at 9, and he said the 10 o'clock show is going to be the same as the 9 o'clock show, so you don't need to come back. And he's saying this because the room is so small, and just to make sure that everybody has a chance to come in and see the comedians. This is actually the first time we've been on the Luminosa. But we usually go when we're on any of the other ships. In fact, the last one we were on before the Luminosa was the Mardi Gras. And we would actually, if we enjoyed a comedian, we would actually go back to the very next show. Even though it was going to be the same show with the same jokes, we enjoyed those jokes so much that we're like, well, okay, well, we don't mind hearing them again. But the great thing about it is so many of these comedians, they'll pick on somebody on the front row. So it's just really listening to them, getting the audience feedback or who they're picking on at the time. That's just kind of how it makes it different. So if you get a chance to go to the same show because you really enjoyed that comedian, sometimes it's just a lot of fun because you get the chance to kind of see because they react differently to different audience members. So for the rest of the evening, we really just chilled and had a drink, played a little bit in the casinos. I am down and he is up. He's doing pretty good. So I think that's actually where he is right now because I am in here by myself again. But we did pretty good this evening. And then after, after a little while, we just decided to retire to the room for the evening. So tomorrow we are going to be going to Juneau, and we're going to do a hike in Juneau tomorrow. I am a little nervous about it. I just looked at the map, and I'm not quite sure that it's something am going to be able to do, but I'm going to try it. So make sure that you join me tomorrow. I am hoping that I can go live so I can share with you my Juneau experience and doing this hike. But I will definitely have that up for you so that you can join in on the fun. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.